horrible fluorescent lighting above me that is going to change right away.
Well, congratulations on the move.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. It's awesome.
Beautiful people, happy soul family, happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the US and wherever that is celebrated. It's clearly not celebrated in Europe, so that is why we are here. But as we can see, we're a bit reduced because Sarah Braxman-Cosm is spending time with her family, and it's Kedrich's birthday today. So I want everyone, if you haven't yet sent him some flowers, check him out at on Instagram, Kedrich Olsen. Send him a message, send him some hearts. It's his birthday, and he's such a beautiful person. But we are still 4 people, and we are still doing the All Shift Happily Now meditation together worldwide, globally, for everyone who's not celebrating Thanksgiving today. And we have 2 beautiful and wonderful guests from our community. So, ladies first, let's welcome in Sarah Zulo. Sarah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, and I'm excited to be together with everyone who's joining in for another All Shift Happily Now meditation. So let's get started. I'm so excited to be here. I love these so much. This is such a special thing to do. I love these.
Yeah, me too. I'm super excited too. As you can see, currently I'm building some new studios, and yes, it's a plural S. So building some new studios, expanding and changing the situation a bit, which is going to be super cool. This is going to be a new podcast studio. It's not finished yet, but we're, 1 month from now, it will look a little different. And I'm super excited for that too. So hopefully everything goes well. You can't see it, but there's lots of internet cables laying everywhere because this is in the basement. So hopefully we have a stable internet connection. But to our 2 guests who are on the show tonight, first of all, we have Greg. Thank you so much for tuning in. So you're not celebrating Thanksgiving tonight, right?
No, I'm in the cold north of Canada, and we've celebrated Thanksgiving back in October. So I'm available, but I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you.
We are so pleased to have you always, Greg. Thank you so much. You're such a precious and valuable part of our All Shift Happily Now community. So thank you so much for being with us. And we have some more time tonight to speak about some things. So I'm super happy to connect with you and the community. And then we have a very special guest who we met on the Jeff Marach podcast randomly. That is how magic happens sometimes. It's John, and the story is John is a musician. He played his guitar on an open field, and randomly some craft checked him out because obviously they liked what they heard, and he spent quite some time playing music and testing the waters, and found out that UFOs react very much to his music, resonate very much with this. So very pleased to have you here. Thank you, John. Welcome.
Thank you, Tim. It's a great pleasure to be here, and it is Thanksgiving, and I'm fairly stuffed at the moment, but I'm so pleased to be here. And yes, I've used music to communicate and connect with our star family for over 10 years now, and it's just been a great revelation to me that we all have that ability to connect with our beautiful star family by just sharing what's really important to us. And for me, it's music, and I think every one of us have something that's very special and important that makes us truly unique in the universe. And that's what our star family and the universe itself wants to know about us. And that is what I've been discovering and exploring for the last decade.
Wow.
That's super amazing. And we're so happy to have you on, both of you, because Greg, people know you from the community. You're such a loving and beautiful heart. So thank you for being here. And John, it's an amazing pleasure. So I was really moved by the story that you presented. I wasn't expecting that at all. at all. So let's dive into that a little bit, because I was moved, and I know we have the chance to see some of your videos, because you bring a camera to the fields when you're playing. But how did it start? What happened? Did you just randomly, connected to UFOs, ran into them?
Well, I've been playing guitar for over 50 years now. I've studied classical guitar, and I've performed for school children and athletes, Olympic athletes, and Nobel laureates, and family and friends and presidents. And I had dinner with President Carter in Toledo, Spain. We were there to sign labels for the Carter Center winter auction. A friend of mine has a guitar shop, and we were donating guitars for the winter auction. We had dinner together, and we were talking about many things that night. And the person next to me brought up UFOs, and he was very open about it. President Carter talked about his really main experience in the early 60s when he was down in South Georgia. He was about to give a speech for a Lions Club, and this beautiful golden energy came very close to them and then receded. And he said he couldn't explain it, and it was just an amazing event. And he's believed in UFOs ever since. And Tim, what I did was I used that beautiful experience with a person that I have such deep respect for, and I connected that with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where you use music as a communication tool. And I just went out on my deck with a specific thought of performing music into the universe and wrapping the experience in love and positive thought and sending it deep throughout the dimensions and through all of the universe. And after 2 or 3 sessions, I have a little dog. He's a rescue. His name's Bodhi, and I take him out all the time. And I just finished playing my session where I was playing Bach and Ravel and Debussy and Spanish composers and my own original music. And then I had to take my dog out. And when I came back, Tim, there was a beautiful purple plasma craft sitting right over my home with a pink ring that was spinning around the bottom third of the bell. And I ran in to get Karen, my wife, and all the alarms in the house were going off. I guess they were checking to see who I might be. And we went outside, and she was in a robe, and she was just looking at this beautiful craft that was just silently sitting about 50 feet above. We live in a row of townhouses just a few miles north of Atlanta. And it picked my home specifically and just sat there. And it was absolutely the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. The energy was this beautiful feminine energy it gave off. And it just sat there for about 2 or 3 more minutes. And then it just slowly receded. And I had my phone, and it wouldn't go out of sleep mode until it crossed the tree line. And then as soon as I couldn't see the craft anymore, my phone popped back up. But it was just a beautiful experience. And so I kept playing, Tim. I said, wow, this is really working. And I played again a few more sessions, and then 4 craft came. They were in 2 sets of 2 directly over my courtyard, spinning 1 red and 3 gray craft that were sitting in a perfect line. As when I walked my dog, I saw it, and I went in to get my camera, and when I came back, they were gone. They didn't stay like the purple craft did. And it was just absolutely incredible. So I play all the time anyway. And so I just made this a daily practice to do that. And a few days later, the really huge craft came. They were in the shape of a cross and a crescent. They were metallic at 45-degree angle. And they were the size of office buildings that came over my home, silent, about 5 miles an hour. And I went in to get Karen, and they were just crossing the roof line. And I was fumbling with my camera because I'm a guitarist. I'm not a camera person. I don't know about all that stuff, but I've learned over the years. And in my mind, they said, please don't take our picture. We'll give you something you can take a picture of. And a few days later, I was going to a movie with a friend of mine, and I walked out my door, and above the courtyard was a perfect heart-shaped cloud. And they said, look over here. And it was just, and it's on, I've written a book called The Universe Loves You. And on the cover of the book is that heart-shaped cloud that they gave me. And they've given me many gifts ever since. They make beautiful renditions of how they look. And there's other animals like the hawks are a very big part of this. There's a long story, so we can go into it, but they're so connected on so many levels with us and nature. And it's just been an absolutely beautiful experience.
Wow.
My God. My God. What a story, John. And what a wow. So first of all, you met an ex-president and you talked to him about UFOs and he admitted that he's interested in that. That is pretty amazing too. So let's dive into that real quick before we explore your story. What's your thought? What do you think? Do you think like Carter has any idea about what's going on? Do you think he was into the subject, he was interested, and he's aware that there are crafts and UFO and non-terrestrial life per se?
Yes, we didn't speak specifically about his range of knowledge, but when you speak to him, he's been really a friend of mine for many years now. I played an event back in 1996 for the Olympics, and I ended up playing for him and President Ford and Al Gore and at this big event. And I was playing guitar, and I was playing through the sound system. I didn't think anybody could hear me, and I was feeling a little dejected. And I looked at 2 pairs of shoes, and I looked up, and it was President and Mrs. Carter. And they said, Andre Segovia played that piece for us. And do you know another piece called Recuerdos? And I did, and I played it for, he went on the dais and asked everybody to stop and listen to this really beautiful music. And we've been friends ever since. So we've talked about wines and books that we love, UFOs. I actually wrote him a letter to him about those 3 early experiences. And it's in my book. That's the first time I published his response. And he's just said, thank you for this beautiful narrative. And so he acknowledged that, he said, I'll never ridicule anybody because I know it's true because I saw one myself. And so he's a great, and Mrs. Carter just passed away a couple days ago. And I have handwritten letters from her. And it's just been a beautiful experience. And I feel like all of these experiences are what we can share with each other, and we can also easily share it with the universe. And they're just so ready to meet us halfway when we try, when we just make the effort to go out and have a positive, loving attitude, share who we are. What I tell people is just go outside and introduce yourself to the universe. That's what I did. Said, hi, this is John Martin. I'm friends with President Carter and Whitley Strieber and so many other people. And I'll include you, Tim, and Sarah and Greg when I do that, and all of my friends that are important in this field. And I said, I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'd love to see you tonight if you're around. And they will come in. And I've had many thousands and thousands of experiences.
Wow.
That is so amazing. Wow. Okay. This is really, really, really interesting. So, so first of all, how was your approach? So you basically went just randomly into the fields, or did you just choose a special spot, a special day? Or was it like a moment of trying out how to communicate with them? Because your story is really special.
I'll show a video in a moment, but I have a deck that I've been playing on my deck for years, playing guitar, but never with a specific thought and protocol to use the art that I love and send it specifically into the universe wrapped in love. And the thing is, I didn't know how to do it, but I did it anyway. And we all can do that. So I sat on my deck with that after I had dinner with President Carter. It was ruminating in my mind for, a couple, 2 or 3 years after our dinner together. And then I finally just made the concerted effort to do that, to go outside and play while at the same time sending, because there's a quantum level to this, Tim. It doesn't stay locally within your, where you're projecting. It goes deep into the universe through all the dimensions and every point in between. And, that's the quantum level of what we have to offer the universe. And that's why I wrote the book. It's kind of a guide it's my own personal history, but a guide for everyone to try themselves to have a beautiful and deep relationship with our star family.
Wow, that's really amazing. Well, all the ancient texts are telling us that the first thing that happened in the universe was sound, right? When we were all this still unexperienced and raw life form that just came to awareness that it is alive and it's conscious. We discovered sound, and that made the first the Big Bang in some kind of way. It was the first wave that was coming from source, and that connected us all with the experience of life. It's so beautiful. What about you, Greg and Sarah? What's your take on the story? What's your take on what do you think about music and connecting to music and music as a connected to other life forms? Because I think that's super special.
Yeah, so I'll go first, Greg, and pass the baton because my Wi-Fi is spotty and it's working right now, so I'm going to jump on it. So John, just thank you so much for that story, because it does do something. This is the second time I've heard you speak about your experience, and it just does something in opening my heart in the way in which you share your message and share your story of how you were playing this beautiful music, this music that you love, this connection with sound that you absolutely love, and just sending it out as a gift to the universe. There is something that is so moving, it could bring me to tears with that. And you said something too really profound that I'd love to highlight for a moment, where you said, if you just, meet them halfway, they're so willing, they're so open, they're so willing to meet you too. And I love that you then said that your book is, the universe loves you, because that's it. Like, the universe loves you. If we just try, if we give an effort, if we give our love, it is so met with us. Like, it comes to meet us where we, what we give, it comes to meet us. And often it meets us trifold. It comes back in ways that we can't even expect if we just give that love. And it's so amazing. And I just really honor you. And it's so felt from the heart, the way you share it. It's so beautiful. It can bring me to tears. And it's you talk about what you do on your porch and just sharing your love of music. I feel like I can see it. I can feel it. I can be there with you. And it's really special when someone loves something that much that they then give it to the universe. And I absolutely believe in something else you said, where you said we all have that in us, because we do. We all have this unique something, this unique essence, this unique tapestry of what it is, of our soul coming in to express through us in this infinite yet finite point in time. And we have a gift, all of us, that we can give. And I just think it's so beautiful that that's the tone you're carrying. So I just wanted to just reflect that back, and even reflect it back for the audience, because I know me, it's just moved me so much when I've heard that. So I thank you for that. And, also on the point of sound, I wanted to add something as well. And I want to check in. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I can't see anyone on the screen because it paused everyone's video. So can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because I kind of feel like I'm talking to myself because I can't see you guys right now. So I apologize. But I just wanted to highlight that because it's so moving, John, and so beautiful. So thank you before my next point.
Thank you, Sarah. What a lovely insight. Yes.
And also, you're on my end. I just want to share this with everyone too, because on my end, it freezes the picture. So I can't necessarily see your face, John. I wish I could, so I could see this exchange more. But it's frozen on the heart-shaped picture of a cloud that you have as a picture too. So that's just so beautiful.
That's the heart cloud they gave me. They told me that they would give me a gift, and that was it. And, you know, I mean, it was so clearly given to me, Sarah, by them. It was just so loving and wonderful. And it was such an overpowering experience at that time, you know. And I, you know, you would think I would run around the building and try to get a picture of them, but I honored their request. You know, they said, please don't take our picture. We'll give you something that you can take a picture of, give. And it was a gift. And it was I can't imagine a more beautiful gift than that heart-shaped cloud that you're seeing right now. And they've given me many hearts. In my book, there's a number of them. You can see small craft. I was going through a very difficult period taking care of a friend of mine's estate. And they knew I was challenged, and they made a beautiful heart cloud with a tiny piece out of the heart, showing that I was impacted by this difficult challenge. And you can see a small craft underneath it. And I've had many kinds of craft that have come too. That I've had large cylindrical craft that have come, and then they use clouds as portals, and they will go into the cloud, and then they won't come back out. And it's just absolutely amazing, their abilities. And then the hawks are, to me, one of the most wonderful aspects of it, because, you know, they're soaring all the time, and they see our star family. And what I do, Tim, is, and Greg and Sarah and all of your lovely guests here tonight, but there's a little park right next door. And, you know, there's a number of us that live in this small community, and I'm having so many interactions, and I want to be respectful. I think, you know, everybody would benefit by it, but they need to come at their own level and when they're ready. So there's a little park next door, and there's a picnic table, and I've sat up there every clear night now for many years. Cold weather, the heat of summer, you know, but we have an agreement to meet at about 9 o'clock every night. And, you know, what I do is, you know, I introduce myself. I don't have to do it as much anymore, but I still do. It's just something that we do together. And then I begin playing the music in my mind, because each piece is like a crystalline aspect of myself. And so I can send the music just through my mind, and they recognize that, and they appreciate that aspect. So that's, to me, that gave me the illumination that we all, whatever is a crystalline aspect of who we are. If you're an artist, if you're a mathematician, you know, send out your most elegant equations. If whatever it is that you've dedicated your life to, that puts your mind and your spirit and your body and your heart into that very special place, that's where you resonate the most with the universe. And that's what, you know, if there's one thing I can share, that's what I'd like to share, is we all have this ability. And if we can all do it, what a beautiful world we will create together.
Oh my God, yeah, it resonates so much with me, because it's at times, Sarah and I, we said, like, in one of those lives, we said, you know, create your most beautiful garden and then show it to the universe, because the universe wants to see that. And I'm so happy that you respected this this request to not take a photo, because from my own experience, once, like a few years, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, private, you know, I do have a private life. I went somewhere and I saw this huge craft, and I pulled out my phone and my camera, and I was recording it, because I thought, like, oh my God, this is like the most perfect shot of the universe. And I had it full resolution on my phone, and I looked at it just to see if it recorded that. And I uploaded it, and I sent it to a good friend of mine. And next morning, I received this message like, "Hey Tim, were you drunk?" what's happening? Why did you send me that? And it was like, oh my God, it's a craft. It's clear, it's huge, it's glowing, it's silverish, it's full spot on my camera. And I tuned into the video that I sent, and it was completely pitch black. It was just my joyful laughter, which sounded, I sounded like ridiculous, because I was like, oh my God, look at that. And it was just like dark. So that can happen, and I'm so happy that you made this beautiful experience. But Greg, I wanted to talk to you real quick, because you come from a country where your Minister of Defense actually is one of the strongest supporters in ufology that we have, and he talked so much about UFOs. But what's your experience how do you experience sound? How do you experience the connection to sound as part of a universe?
Well, after listening to John's story, I definitely wish I played an instrument, but I'm more of a visual artist. I definitely agree that sound and music, it makes a lot of sense with the octaves and consciousness and the way consciousness works. So definitely spot on. I do have one question for John, if I may. So when you do hear these, when they request, please don't take our picture, can you describe that moment? How does it sound and how does it feel?
It was, Greg, it was in my mind, and it was just a very conversational request, like a friend would do. And it was very clear. And, I couldn't imagine not acknowledging that and just, barreling through and doing what I wanted to do. Because, so that was that experience. And I've had a few others too. They will give me small, really lovely, small quotes like "embrace abundance." I was there, and there was a bright flash, and it was "embrace abundance." And they also took control of my phone at one point while I was out at the park, and my phone started reading the definition of baptism.
Oh, wow.
And I thought that was really, truly amazing. And so, Tim, to go refer back to you, I had probably 300 or 400 experiences before I really started filming. I put the camera down, and what I would do there in my courtyard, I got a couple Adirondack chairs, so I put one out there, and the energy started coming in. Two came in, and one peeled off and went right, in front of me, and I just felt like waving to it. And as soon as I waved to it, it went whoosh, like that.
Oh, wow.
I waved again, and it went boom. And I waved a third time, and it did. So I knew it was them, and because after the cross and crescent, I didn't see anything for a pretty, significant period of time. And I thought, well, they must think I'm just not probably worthy of their attentions. But that wasn't it. What they were doing is giving me time to integrate this beautiful experience. And that's when the energy started coming in. And so I probably, and what that does too is when you allow the multiple experiences to kind of inform your reaction, then it becomes just a beautiful and pleasant experience. It's not shocking in any way, and that allows you to take the next step. So that's what I did, and what when I did decide to do that, I asked their permission. I said, if it's okay, I'm going to try to film you. And the very first one was on my camera. One dropped right down to treetop level, and it was night, and my camera just picked it up, and it was about 50 feet above the houses that are lined on the other side of the courtyard. And that was my first video of our star family. And I've got thousands of videos now of many different kinds of craft. And there's a flying craft that comes in, and that's the fast ones. and I was, I'll send you a link. My UFO channel, my channel on YouTube, I'm sorry, is John Martin UFO and ET Intelligences. And I have probably 200 plus videos on there, all my compilations. And there's one called A Short History of My Experiences. And I was sitting there and I was just filming. I said, I'm just filming randomly, but it's never random, is it, dear friends? And one popped in right into my viewfinder. It went to a star and stopped and turned and did all of these incredible aerobatics, way beyond the ability of what my dad was an aeronautical engineer with Lockheed. So I know all about aircraft, and that's a whole story too. But you know, it's there's so many levels, and it just, as you said, Tim, you know, it's like a peeling of an onion. There's so many layers to it that it's endlessly fascinating. And I really plan on doing this for the balance of my life. And I think, you know, as we progress through the years, we'll have many, many more interesting conversations in different areas as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's absolutely fascinating. It's super fascinating. And
Oh,
everywhere, you know, and so.
Do you having a little bit of streaming problem?
Oh, Greg, go on. That's something.
no, I was just
Yeah.
commenting that you were breaking up a little bit there. That's all.
Yeah, I'm downstairs, so let me see if I can.
It seems to be streaming pretty good there now.
Yeah, is it? Okay. Hopefully. So, okay, what we found out in the, so government scientists found this out in the 90s already. It didn't make it to mainstream, and that is that each one of us is actually resonating. We all have this field, and we all have beautiful to see the universe as sound and through sound. So each being, everything in the world, each organ has its own melody, and people that do yoga know that because the Indians talked about that so early on. And in the Ticket to Ride course, Sarah and I, we are using this audio tool in order to bring vibrations into a certain level so that we can actually bring this into the world. And something that I would want to know is, because we know that classical music, Mozart, Bach, Eddie's gonna probably listening to this, and she plays music too, so maybe she's on this All Shift Happily Now meditation soon too. But we all know that especially classical music is influencing plants. It's influencing the surrounding. Plants grow better. Water becomes more healthy, like even cleaned, like even in a more resonant, clean form. So, is there like a specific tone, a specific music, a specific song, John, that you would say that, you know, these crafts resonate very deeply to?
Well, I think so, Tim, but you know, I play such a wide range of music. You know, I started with Led Zeppelin. You know, I love those guys, but you know, I've studied classical for years. I play Brubeck, jazz, Chick Corea, romantic music, early Renaissance music, Baroque, of course. And I really think it's more, they resonate with what makes you resonate yourself. And so, you know, when your mind is fully engaged, and then that engages your heart and your spirit at the same time. And then when you think, you know, as opposed to bringing it inward, which is an important aspect also, but then make the conscious effort to project outwards. You know, this is who you are. This is important to you. And it's limitless. It is truly limitless how effective it is in sharing who you are throughout all of the universe. And that is what I've found. And can you, I've said this often, can you imagine if there's millions of us that do that? What a beautiful world we will have.
Amazing.
absolutely.
Yes. That's
so
true. Greg, if you
beautiful.
have a question of
It's-
Sarah, just go on.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. You know, the other day I was sitting in a park in Portugal, and there was this guy just, he wasn't asking for money. He just had a huge speaker up, and he was playing the violin, and he was playing the violin out to this it was a beautiful park where maybe they have concerts at other points in time. And then there was a little kid watching, and he was just mesmerized. He was like standing in front of the man playing the violin, and he was just like, and then there was this little girl who was on stage, and she was dancing and like doing cartwheels and flipping. And it was just like the most beautiful essence of what humans can be when we're free of fear. It's like when there's no fear, what do? We create. We connect to what brings our soul alive. We connect to the tune that we want to sing. And it doesn't have to be a tune like Greg was saying. It could be art. It could be, more mechanical art. It could be writing. For me, it's a lot of speaking. It's a lot of writing. It could be John playing the guitar, Tim playing the piano, whatever it is. And it's just the song that we're singing that almost like how I think of it, it lights up the soul. And when I was sitting in that park, I was like, this feels like home. Like a lot of things don't feel like home on the planet, but this feels like it could be home.
Right.
Where humans are just expressing themselves as love. And it's so beautiful that it was represented almost metaphorically in that moment, when it wasn't metaphorical, it was real, but metaphorically in this moment, that it was expressed through the innocence of children who were just being them, who are just loving what they do. And it's like, that's almost what's felt, John, when I feel like you talk about how much you love the music and you share it. There's just like this purity that comes across. I don't mean to put words in your mouth or in your energy or anything, but what I'm feeling is just like this essence of this purity that comes across of just like, I love this thing. And I set the intention to intend out that my love for this thing goes out into the universe. And I think that's just such a beautiful thing. And I think children naturally do it. And what we get to remember as adult beings is the power of our intent. And especially, John, what you're sharing, the message you're sharing with the power of intent with sound. Because sound is a creator, it is a healer, it is our friend, it is the song of the universe that we are all singing together. Like Tim was saying, we all have our own frequency, we all have our own symphony, essentially, that we're emitting out to the universe. And when we can have an intention behind that and direct it, I think we don't even realize how powerful we are with that. And John, I think you're spreading a beautiful message, as you say, like, I set the intention to let it go deep into the universe, and hey, here's the experience that's happening. It's been the most beautiful experience. I think that's really inspiring, really important, and just, I think we could talk about it I could talk to you about it for a long time, because it's just so beautiful, because it helps us remember this essence we all have within. Like, we all have that spark of like, this is the thing I love, and I would love to give it as a gift to the universe. And it's a special thing when we can attune ourselves to that. So it's really, really special and powerful.
Yeah, it's
It
really
is super special.
yeah.
Greg, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You think of how we can be living our day, and then all of a sudden that song comes on the radio, and our emotional state can be so easily changed to something more positive. And it's just incredible that you're sending out these positive songs out into the universe. And I too cannot wait to meet these individuals on those ships as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm so convinced that they are listening and watching what we're doing 100%. Because I do remember the moment when I was on Gaia and we were doing the All Shift Happily Now moment with Linda Moulton Howe, and that moment, this kind of clean studio filled with presence and that that felt really. And it was like a really busy night that night. I remember, like, I had dreams over dreams. So the interesting thing, and that certain governance scientists found that out, that even the planet itself. And we know the Schumann resonance. John and I talked about this already, but the planet itself is music too. It's emanating music. We call that the Schumann resonance. It's this planet is like the accumulation of all the sounds that we produce, and we send that out. And still, for sure, you know, if you play an instrument quite randomly, it's still music and it's still sound. It might not sound very harmoniously, which is kind of the situation that we encounter here at this moment on the planet. But just as John said, imagine how beautiful it is. And some of these species know how music works and know about the harmonies. And we've been there too. The humanity has been there, you know, if you think about ancient Greece. And some of these species are actually orienting themselves through sound. They listen to the sound. They do not have GPS. They listen to that. They have certain devices to pick that up, but also certain inherent features to pick up sounds. So clearly they resonate with what you do, John. And I know we all are very excited to listen to your live playing, and I'm so happy that you will do that for us.
Be happy to.
Right? But I also want to see a video. So show us the most spectacular. Show us something that you like to show us. Show us some crafts that react to it. Whatever you think is right in this moment, just show it to us.
Okay.
And thank you so much.
Absolutely. Let's do it. I'm not sure that the audio will, but this is just the short history, and this is me playing on my deck. And I'm sorry the audio is not working, but I'm playing a Bach prelude, and while I'm playing, I'm just projecting. I normally don't even look at my guitar. I'm just projecting love and positive thought into the universe as I'm playing. And I'll just scoot ahead a bit. And this is a plane. Now watch this craft. It was directly overhead. And then it shoots straight up into the sky, directly above me. I mean, it went from probably 1,000 feet to 10,000 feet or more. And they'll come in multiples. This is the two, along with a brighter energy. And the two have come to see me many, many times. They're very dear friends. Each one of these energies, and this was
the blue one.
3 years ago today on Thanksgiving. And this is another day. So that, you know, they come and I apologize for the shakiness. I don't like looking through the camera when they're this close. This is the wing-shaped craft that came in right here. I was just filming randomly, but it's never random. And you now watch the start. It stops, and it just does these aerobatics. Absolutely amazing. And I can go to different places. This is in Seaside, Florida. And I asked for a beautiful ship to come, and that immediately came, and just lovely. And this next one is interesting. It's there's a small craft here, but there's another one that comes, and we use stars as points of reference. So watch the fast one as it interacts with me, and then with the stars that are in its path, and you'll see it alter its flight path to do that. And this is from my perspective, so it's very deliberate that they do that. And they're on
the speed is really fast. Wow.
Oh, some of them are incredibly fast. This is on this side of the clouds, and they'll interact with close by planes. And you know, the only time I've ever really been kind of admonished by them. Here's one with, I'll pause for a second, is when they're close to aircraft, I would be a little concerned. But then in my mind, they said, you do realize we've been here for thousands of years. We know what we're doing. And so I don't really question when they're near aircraft. But so there's often the fast ones that are with the more bright. They work in concert with each other. Oh yeah. And they've done this many times. See, here's the two, and then they'll cross right in between. Very deliberate. This was a beautiful, huge craft that came in.
Wow.
And
Well, that's clearly not a plane.
no,
Wow.
and see it's clearly on this side of the clouds. And we used this is I'm all sitting in my little picnic table, and you'll see the little notch in the foliage there. Boop.
Yeah.
They always do that sort of thing. And then they'll flash really brightly in a beautiful way. And I'm always talking to them too. And
This is incredible.
that was a really lovely one there, I thought.
Holy.
Wow. So this is beautiful. So everyone at home who wants to see more of these crafts and the videos, John has a YouTube channel. John, can you just share again where people find you so they can watch at home all the videos that you have?
Sure. It's John Martin, UFO and ET Intelligences on YouTube.
Beautiful.
And
I'm going to link. What do you say?
On TikTok, I'm let's see, at John Martin 1779. And I've got what I do is I'll do short highlights and then refer back to the full-length videos.
That is so amazing. So we do have a purpose here too. So we are going to do our All Shift Happily Now meditation. I know the community is waiting for that too. And all the thousands of people who are going to watch the replay of this video once they have eaten their hopefully vegan turkey. So so I would just love for you, John, to play us something live. And while you get your guitar, Greg, do you want to do a part of the All Shift Happily Now meditation too?
Oh boy. No.
That is okay. That's okay. No problem. And we're so happy to have you. So Sarah and I'm going to do that. And but because of I was thinking about you playing the background, John, and then Sarah and I would do it onto your music. But I think that would be a little complicated with the sound. So just take us away into the meditative realm a bit, and then whenever you're finished after like 5 to 10 minutes. Just give me a sign, so I will continue, and then Sarah takes it away too.
Okay, sure. And
thank you so much.
Oh, it's a great pleasure. The first part of this meditation was when the cross and the crescent shaped craft came over. The first motif of this meditation came to me immediately, and then what I do is I normally put different pieces together to kind of make it more of an extended piece. So, and let me just, we haven't checked the audio on this, but let me do this, see if you can hear it okay. Can you hear that okay?
Not yet.
Can you hear it or not?
No, I think.
No.
Yeah, I think the software cuts out a bit of sound to like.
Is there a setting for music on Google? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware. I'll do a quick little look here.
Oh, okay.
Do you have like an acoustic?
There is a
maybe?
setting. There's a setting in Google Meets that cuts out background sound. So maybe you can shut that off if you go to settings.
Oh.
Audio, and then turn off noise cancellation. Maybe that'll help. And just check your speaker.
I did that on my side, and maybe John, you can do it too.
Okay, I did that. Let me see. Does this work?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
All right.
Wow. It's so lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you
beautiful.
so much, John. Thank you so much.
Great.
Even at the risk that the audio might cut off, dear community, I hope you get that. Would you be okay, John, to just play a bit in the background, and Sarah and I will do the meditation? And
Of course, absolutely.
that would
Yeah,
be
if you leave maybe a few spaces in between, I'll come in and we'll play off each other. I think that'd be lovely.
oh, that is amazing. we've never done this before, friends, community. It can be that there might be some interferences between the sound channels. I don't know. Maybe it goes well, but it's so beautiful. The music is so beautiful, and I feel so inspired to do this. So let's do it. If there is any kind of interference, please excuse that. Next time, it will be all stable again. And thank you so much, John, for doing that. And Sarah, I hope you're okay with that too. And I see you nodding. So
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's
every-
absolutely beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Everyone at home, let's get into meditation. And John is playing some of his beautiful tunes in the background. What a special night that is. What a special night. So everyone except John, please close your eyes and find a meditative spot so you too can amplify these beautiful energies. We are sending these energies out into the universe. So let's all shift happily now together, and let's all meditate together. So take some refreshing breath and in and out, and come to a point where all this wonder and all the miracles of this universe can just happen. And whenever you're ready, John, just play a bit of your tunes and we dive into some meditation together. Beautiful. With each breath, come into a calm and soothing moment. Enjoy the music that John is playing. Let it take you away in a beautiful way. Be aware that you too have power and skill to connect to all these beautiful other life forms. While you meditate more and more, focus on your third eye and on the music that John is playing. Calm down. Be happy. Know that you are not alone in this universe. The universe is not alone. Know that there are millions and billions of beings that can connect to you. And sink into this beautiful heart space with the music. Now make this an open invitation. An open invitation to all these people in our community and all these beings. And feel how special these times are and how your light is going to shine brighter and brighter into the universe. Resonate more and deeper with the music and the sound of my voice. And dive into this meditation more and more. Become aware that there are millions of beings on this planet that want to connect with you in a friendly way, in a beautiful way. And open up your field and invite all these beings. draw in and pull in and invite these beautiful other souls into our All Shift Happily Now community and connect more while you listen to the music. There are beings everywhere on this planet, in Europe, in Portugal, in England, in Canada, in the US, Australia, everywhere on this planet. And now make it even broader, make it an invitation of love for all these beings that know who we are and invite them into our fields when they're friendly in a beautiful way. Make this music resonate with your third eye and let it flow from this earth into the universe, and make this music a part of the Schumann resonance, a part of the music that comes from this planet as an open invitation of love and of light. And now see in front of your eyes how all these beings receive the signal of the sound waves from my voice, the sound waves coming from John's guitar, and the waves that come from your psionic energies, from your point of perception in the middle of your forehead. And become aware that we're all together here in this universe and that we all want to shift happily together. So make it about your family. And on this special day of giving Thanksgiving, give a big thank you to the universe and all these beings, your families, and send them the love and the invitation of light and love so that they will join us here. And with so much gratitude, I pass this All Shift Happily Now meditation to Sarah.
Beautiful. Allow your body to dissolve even more into the beautiful sounds of this meditation, feeling yourself drift away into deeper and deeper relaxation now. Take a deep breath into the center of your sacred heart, breathing in and out of your heart as if your heart had lungs. Allow yourself to connect into it and feel the sounds resonating into the center of your heart. Allow the sounds to help you remember and connect in with what it is that is the gift that you would love to give to the universe. What is it that brings you so much joy, that allows you to lose time that brings your soul alive. It could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be laughing with friends, it could be telling stories, it could be making something. Connect in with that thing that allows you to lose time. And together, I want us all to imagine doing that thing that you love to do as you hear the sounds allow you to grow deeper and deeper into relaxation. As you imagine this thing that you love to do, begin to feel in every cell of your body the joy that this brings you, the love that it fills your heart with, the ability to almost lose time and get lost in this nothingness of time as you do what your heart loves to do. Feel it even more and allow yourself to drift away into it. And as you connect with this thing that you love to do and imagine yourself doing it, I want you to begin to direct out that beautiful energy you feel. Send it out as your gift deep, deep into the depths of the universe. Send it out as, hi, this is who I am. This is what I love to do, and this is the gift I want to give to you. And feel how the universe welcomes your gift, no matter what it is. The universe just is so happy to see that you're sending love out into it and wants you to know how loved you are. And if you'd like, begin to direct now this beautiful energy of your gift to your friendly star family, your galactic family, and your team and spirit of the highest frequencies of light. Just send this gift of what you love out to them now. And breathe and soften and relax and feel how good it feels to share your love with the universe, with your star family. And feel this connection deepen even more as you drift away to the sounds. And become aware of how there's so many of us here together meditating now, connecting to our gifts, connecting to one another, and sharing that love with the universe. It's a special thing to be here together. Feel your connection to everyone here now. And for a moment, there might be some people out there who aren't sure what their gifts are, who might feel a little disconnected from it or a little insecure about it. I want you to take a moment and just send love to whoever needs it the most, unsure of who their gifts are, and send the reminder that just them being them and sharing love is beyond a gift. Allow this meditation, this moment, to be a reminder to lean into those beautiful things that inspire you. Lean into the things that bring you alive and bring joy to your heart. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be lucrative. If it inspires you and brings you joy, lean into it. Maybe that means it's something as simple as coloring because you loved to do that when you were little. Let this be your reminder to lean into the things that bring you joy and inspire you. We are all so connected in the quantum beyond what we can fathom. And when you choose to lean into what brings you joy and what inspires you and what makes you feel as free as a little kid again, it heals us all. It impacts us all. And we all thank you for it. And allow yourself to simply drift away as John brings us home with this last melody before passing it along to Tim.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a wonderful time. Everyone at home, thank you for meditating with us. We are going to say the all shift happily now together. And John, hopefully you can end it with a beautiful quote. So everyone become aware that we're all together here, not only on this planet, but even beyond and in other realms of existence. And we carry us each other home. And that is so beautiful. So let your light shine, let your talent shine, let your beauty shine. Invite us to the gardens. And let's say all shift happily now, all together around this beautiful globe and even beyond. Everyone on every craft there is invited to say together with us in 3, 2, 1. All shift happily now. My My God, that was beautiful. My God, wonderful. So beautiful. John, thank you so much for doing this, for your beautiful gift, for for being an ambassador for this community, for this family that we have all around the beautiful universe, inviting these beings into our lives. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
It was such a great honor, Tim, to be with you and all of these beautiful, lovely spirits. I can feel every one of them. And it's such a blessing. Thank you for what you do, Tim, and continue your important work. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, John. And Greg, thank you so much for being on the show too and having shared some of your thoughts and some of your beautiful questions. I feel like that is one of the talents that you definitely have. So I'm super happy that you've been with us too. I think you're muted.
I am so sorry. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. And on this day of Thanksgiving, I am so grateful for all of you and all of the individuals in our All Shift Happily Now community. I am so looking forward to our future. Thank you.
Me too, so much. And Sarah, you finally, John's music seemed to have changed and healed the internet too. So thank you for being with us too.
I know my Wi-Fi has magically resolved in perfect timing. So thank you all, everyone who joined in. Thank you so much for taking the time today and joining in with us in this beautiful meditation. And Greg, your questions are such a gift. I second that. So thank you for asking them as well. And John, that was just so beautiful. Like, what an honor to be able to do this with you. It felt really near and dear to my heart and felt like something so beautiful to do. So just thank you for joining us and sharing your gift with us and allowing this to transpire. So thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. I feel like we've all connected on such a high level. And that's that's the abilities that we have. And that's what we can just, bring out in each other. What lovely experiences that we share together. And thank you for having me today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, John. It's such a pleasure. And to everyone at home, thank you so much for tuning in on Thanksgiving. That's my giving thank you to you. We make sure that we link John's YouTube down there somewhere in the description, so you can check out his videos, even on TikTok. Hopefully he's gonna join us someday again. Hopefully, John. Hopefully,
anytime, absolutely. I mean, I feel like I am definitely a part of this community. Absolutely.
You are definitely part of this, and thank you so much for sharing this gift with us and people and beings beyond. So everyone at home, have a beautiful Thanksgiving. I make sure that people will see this recording, so even when your belly and tummy is full tomorrow or beyond, I don't know how it works in the US, see the recording, enjoy the meditation and this beautiful story of John. If you like this format, we are inspired to do more of these shows and bring forward your stories and bring forward some of the incredible and mystical and magical moments that this planet and this life offers. If you like that, leave us a comment. And if you want to be featured, if you have experienced something profoundly, if you want to contribute one of your talents to this beautiful All Shift Happily Now meditation, leave a comment too. I will see them and I will read them and I will reach out to you. We find a way to connect to you. I'm on Instagram too. If you can, comment there, I will see it too. So everyone, thank you, Greg, thank you, John, thank you, Sarah, thank you everyone at home. Have a beautiful day. All Shift Happily Now and enjoy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I really need a mouse.